Conservative new media viewers, LA Lakers fans around the world, Jeremy Lin fans around the world. What is up? It's me, PFE, Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert. We are here to discuss the Lakers' 136-115 defeat tonight at Staples Center in Los Angeles to the visiting Golden State Warriors. With the defeat, the Lakers dropped to 1-9 on the season. Well, I mean, this is about as bad as it gets. So, this is what it looks like. And there's probably going to be 2 more episodes of this season when these two teams square off. Look, the Lakers don't match up well with the Warriors. They really don't. And we've seen this twice this season. We saw it twice in the preseason. It will be better, or it would be better, if the Lakers were at full strength, which they really won't be this entire year with Julius Randle being out. And Steve Nash, of course, pretty much done for his career, it appears. But it's just, it doesn't work well for the Lakers. The Warriors are deep, they're young, they're athletic, they play terrific defense, they shoot really well. It's just, this might be the worst matchup in the league for the Lakers. Just the way that the Warriors play, their style. They force you to try to keep up with them. And the Lakers just don't have enough firepower to do that. They don't have enough cohesion as a team. They don't have enough offensive firepower to do it. And unfortunately, this is what you get. Stephen Curry led the Warriors, 30 points, 4 rebounds, 15 assists. He had a very good game, and he had a good amount of that against Jeremy, although not all of it. Maurice Spades came off the bench, 24 points, 9 rebounds, also for the Warriors. For the Lakers, they were led by Kobe Bryant, who had 44 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Kobe shot 15 of 34 for the game. Jeremy finished with 0 points on 0 of 2 shooting. He played 22 minutes. 0 of 0 from three-point range, 0 of 0 from the free throw line, 1 assist, 0 steals, 1 block, 1 turnover. His plus-minus was a minus 37, which wasn't even the worst on the team. That was Wesley Johnson with a minus 41. And that was about it. Ronnie Price did get a basket near the end of the game, or else the point guards for the Lakers would have been shut out in this game. Okay, let's just go right into the analysis. I'm not going to do any quarter by quarter, whatever. There's no point really in doing it. Look, Dartboard Trader said on Twitter, this is a trash Kennedy game, meaning the opposite of Linsanity. Jeremy plays really bad and da da da. Yeah, there is some truth to that. Jeremy, he didn't look scared in this game. Remember, after the first Golden State Warriors regular season game this year, Carlos Boozer said the thing about guards can't be scared. Jeremy didn't look scared. And he was actually relatively aggressive. The thing was, he wasn't looking to force shots. He had a couple of opportunities. He tried to take them. They didn't work. And he never really got his rhythm. And he might have had a chance to get his rhythm later on, but by the time that came, it just became Kobe ball. And I put a note on Twitter that said Kobe shot the ball 34 times, and all of the rest of the Lakers starters shot it a combined 35 times. Look, the loss is not on Kobe. The team would have lost anyway. I'm sure of that. But once you kind of realize that you're not going to win I just don't understand why Kobe goes into that mode. I mean, I know Kobe. I know him well. I've watched his entire career, and he does this. He will do this. So again, I'm not blaming him for the loss. The team would have lost anyway. But I think what happened with Kobe is Floyd Mayweather's in the house, Shaq's in the house, and it becomes glory days. Let's go for the scoring title. I'm going to stay relevant even if the team's 1-9, and so I'm just going to jack shots. And you just can't win that way. You can't win. You can't grow as a team. It just doesn't work. And look, Michael Jordan did it a fair amount, but he didn't play as long as Kobe, although he played later in his career, and he did do it when he was with the Wizards. But it becomes, as Jeremy Lin articles and facts said correctly on Twitter, it's a sideshow. Or as Ito Amir said, it's shameful. It just becomes a joke. It's basically like you're watching a pickup game at the YMCA or at the rec center. There's no teamwork. There's no anything. And I said that it was shameless. And what I mean by that is, here you are, you're getting beaten by 25, 30 points, and you're still trying to go for 40 points. Like that's meaningful. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's really annoying. This was the first time that I thought that, geez, I'm not sure if Jeremy should stay in Los Angeles on the Lakers because of this. But that's not true. Lisa Torring said, no, he's got to stay in L.A., and I agree with that. L.A. is the best spot for him in the NBA right now, I believe, given all the circumstances. The only other place I could think of right now that might work would be maybe Toronto, but he wouldn't start in Toronto. So this is probably the best circumstance for him. But as long as Kobe is playing, and particularly when the team's not good, he's going to do this. He will do this. Because Kobe's been accused before of somebody, yeah, he wants to win, but he wants to win his way. He's the star. He's the main attraction. He's going to take the last shots, etc. And I've said it before, the best preview of how that works with Kobe was the preseason game against Phoenix. Jeremy was on a roll, and he started going in insanity mode. And the team started coming back in the fourth quarter. And then Kobe came into the game, and Kobe just started taking over the offense and going one-on-one and shooting and shooting and shooting. And it worked. He hit a bunch of shots. But it completely took away the flow that was going for the team before that. And that's what Kobe will do. Like I said, I'm mad, but I'm not even that mad because I know Kobe's going to do this. So then it becomes, if you're Jeremy Lin or his fans, then it becomes a matter of waiting Kobe out. Okay, you've got this season, and then you've got next season. And that's probably about it for Kobe. That's what his contract is, and he said he doesn't think he will play beyond that. It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate for Jeremy that he hasn't played on a team with like LeBron, who's pretty unselfish, particularly for a superstar. And that he has played, or a team like the Spurs. And it's unfortunate for him that he's played on a team with three guys who are pretty self-centered. Carmelo Anthony, James Harden, and Kobe Bryant. And remember, Carmelo and Kobe are friends. So I'm sure Carmelo told him, hey, look, here's what you're going to have to deal with, all his fans, and, you can't let them, da-da-da-da. Again, Kobe likes Jeremy. I have no question about that in my mind. But Kobe is Kobe, and he's going to do this. Hey, we lost. I got mine. I got my 44 points. I'm leading the league in scoring again. So even if we go 1-81, I proved all the doubters wrong, etc. Now you're going to hear more stuff about Kobe should be traded. Kobe's not getting traded. I can tell you that right now. Unless Kobe himself comes out and demands a trade, which he really can't do, there is no way in the universe that Kobe's getting traded. That's the only people really putting that out there for the most part are people that are fans of Kobe as an individual player rather than fans of the Lakers. What I mean by that is they don't want to see Kobe on a bad team because they think it hurts his image. So they want to see him go somewhere where he can win. There's a couple problems with that. Number one, the front office of the Lakers just basically made him, if not the most highest paid player in the league, like second. So you look bad because you just took all that money. Now you're going to demand a trade. Number two, one of the things, Kobe's very concerned about his own legacy. One of the things that he wants is to have 20 years with the Lakers because no player has spent 20 years with one organization. John Stockton played 19 years with the Utah Jazz, and Kobe wants to break that record. Just the same way that he wants to pass Michael Jordan, and maybe he wants the scoring title this year. Kobe's very focused on individual achievements. If he gets traded, he loses that. If he gets traded, he also loses the legacy of he never ran away, like LeBron ran away, or this type of thinking. He doesn't want to do that. So he's probably not going anywhere. And there's no way that the front office wants to trade him. If you have a really bad team, you need an attraction, and Kobe's the attraction. That's the way they're thinking, and there's a reason for them to think that way. Another reason why he's not going anywhere is because he couldn't play like this on any other team. And this is something that I think sometimes fans of his don't understand. No other team would put up with him playing like this. This is one of the reasons, in my opinion, why he wanted Byron Scott to be the coach. As Byron and him are friends. Whereas Kobe and Mike D'Antoni weren't friends. And Mike D'Antoni would tell Kobe, no, we need to play a different way. There was more tension. Whereas Byron Scott's going to let Kobe play however he wants. And that's what it is. Remember that whole the ESPN article, and nobody wants to play with Kobe? Well, part of what they said in the article was, whether it's true or not, was the front office had made peace with the concept that the next 2 years, meaning this year and next year, were going to be the Kobe show. So they hired a coach Kobe liked, and it's going to be Kobe ball. It's going to be whatever Kobe wants it to be. So, on a lot of nights, it's going to be Kobe ball. 1-on-1, isolation plays, shoot. Like tonight. And maybe on other nights, maybe Kobe doesn't play that way. But right now, it looks like he's going to play that way a lot. So, the scenario for the team, including Jeremy, if you're an individual player, and I've talked about this in previous videos, you have to just be disciplined. You have to work on your own skills, be a good teammate, and just show the team that they want to keep you around. Because it's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. If one person on the team is shooting 34, 35 times, there's just not a lot of shots to go around. You're not going to get a lot of opportunity And to be fair to Kobe, or to be honest with Jeremy, he didn't look great tonight early. He didn't. He didn't know what he wanted to do. He was a little bit lost. And this is one of these nights where this can happen. Again, it's particularly against an opponent like this. He did a couple of things, though. It's not that he didn't do anything. It's just you might want to change things up a little bit. When you get the ball, if you're coming off, if you're dribbling down into it, take a shot when you're wide open. Don't wait to make a move when a guy's all over you. Don't try to go down into the lane if there's 2 or 3 guys sitting there waiting on defense. So he didn't find his groove, but again, he didn't have a chance to find his groove. And what I respect about Jeremy is he's backing off. He's taking fewer shots. He's trying to fill a role right now, which given the circumstances, I think is good. It's not just for Kobe, but for the team, because the team is trying to learn this new offense and figure things out. So I actually respect it, what Jeremy's doing. Now, that doesn't mean he can't be more aggressive, and because he does need to be more aggressive, but I understand where he's coming from. So it was everything tonight. And this is why I'm only making one video. I'm not making 2 videos about this, because there's really not a bunch to say. Jeremy didn't start great. It's a tough opponent for him. The team struggled like crazy, particularly on defense, but also on offense. And then it went into Kobe Bowl. And when it went into Kobe Bowl, there isn't anything you can do. There's nothing. You see Kobe in the backcourt calling for the ball from Jeremy, so there's nothing Jeremy can do then. And again, I'm not blaming Kobe for the loss. But if you really are invested in the team and the team's future, you shouldn't play that way. You shouldn't play that way. Don't try to put on a show for Shaq or put on a show for Mayweather or any of that stuff. Now, one thing I want to say about the scorekeeping of this game was that Jeremy was only charged with 1 turnover, and I think he should have been charged with 2. The 1 turnover was when Andre Iguodala stole the ball from him, which it was a good play by Iguodala, and he's similar to Kawhi Leonard. Very long, very athletic. He made a good play. You just got to be careful around him because he's good at that. You saw him steal the ball from Kobe later in the game. He's one of those types of players that's very good at stealing the ball from guys. The other play where I thought Jeremy had a turnover was when he was down by the basket. He went up to shoot, and then he tried to pass the ball off to Ed Davis at the end. But I think they counted that as a shot or whatever it was. So the good thing from Jeremy from this game, number one, it's over. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the struggles that Jeremy used to have with Oklahoma City. Now, he had 1 or 2 good games against them, but they were tough for him. I would love to see the next time these 2 teams meet, Jeremy come out aggressive, looking for his stuff right from the beginning. He needs to shake all this, just this Golden State Warrior jinx. He'll get there. I'm sure he'll do it. He'll change things up. But again, later in the game, he didn't have a chance to do that because he's not. There's no opportunity. Kobe shot 34 times. Carlos Boozer shot 13 times. Wesley Johnson shot 11 times, which is good because Wesley needs to be aggressive. Jordan Hill shot 9 times. There's not that many shots. And so Jeremy's trying to play more of a pure point guard, which is fine. But he's still trying to figure things out. Now, I see people on the internet, and they're already trying to send Jeremy out of LA. That's crazy. First of all, I don't think that's going to happen because I think Jeremy likes it there, and I think the team likes him. Even if you don't think he should be a starter, if you're a Lakers fan, you don't think Jeremy should start. I don't think Jeremy's running anywhere really quickly. Let's just put it that way. Next year, if Jeremy sticks around, you have Kobe in his 20th year at 37 years old. He can only play like this for so long. So, sorry, I lost my train of thought. The good part is the game is over, and we're already 2 of the 4 games against this team were finished, which is very good. The other thing is he only had 1 turnover. That helps his turnover total. Now, he's certainly not going to help his points per game total or anything tonight, or his field goal percentage. But if you want to look at the positives, look at that positive. And Jeremy wasn't meek tonight. Again, he wasn't scared tonight. He tried to do a couple things. They just didn't work. And then he didn't have the opportunity to do a whole bunch more because the ball wasn't in his hand. Now, Ronnie Price stayed 31 minutes to Jeremy's 22, and there was a few times where I thought Byron Scott kind of made the substitution just to try to mix it up or see what he could get, but it didn't really matter. Ronnie wasn't doing much against Steph Curry. Neither was Jeremy, although Jeremy had a couple nice plays, and so did Ronnie, to be fair. The Warriors they're one of the best teams in the NBA. They really are. And the Lakers they don't match up with them. Ryan Kelly got hurt again, so that was another fewer body that the Lakers had tonight. So Wayne Ellington's still not with the team as he's still dealing with the family tragedy. Nick Young's not back. It just got away from the Lakers pretty quickly, and it just stayed that way. So, look, it's just, people are going to harp on this. Another good thing from this game is we get away from the whole home versus road. Jeremy's so much better at home. Well, maybe it has to do with the opponent. He didn't look great tonight, and we were at home. So it's not the home road. It's more about who you're playing and this type of thing in the situation. So I guess that's another benefit from tonight's game. So, look, that's pretty much all I have to say. It's frustrating. Jeremy had 5 good games in a row, and then he had this game. Still, obviously, the overall trend is good. You just learn from this the same way that Jeremy had to learn from the tough outings that he had against Oklahoma City. He will get better and better and climb higher on the ladder. Just there still will be some nights like this now and then. Hopefully there'll be fewer of them going forward. And this team right now, it's not a good setup for him. And what I mean by that is the personnel. It's not the type of personnel that maximizes what Jeremy does. There aren't great shooters, especially with Ryan Kelly being hurt again and Nick Young being hurt still. There's not a tremendous amount of pick and roll. There aren't really good finishers off the pick and roll except for Ed Davis. So it's Kobe's dominating the ball. It's a tough setup for him. There's not a huge amount of talent on this team. And that can make you look worse, particularly when your strength is not as a one-on-one player, which Jeremy's still working on becoming better at being. So this is what it is. If you put Jeremy on a different team, he'd look a lot different than this. But, like I said, he had 5 good games in a row, playing quite well, shooting well. His total shooting, his true shooting percentage was way up there among some of the elite players coming into this game. So, look, that's it. Just move on. Put the video tape away. There's not a whole bunch to learn from this game, I don't think. And you move on to the next one. And I think that's what the team has to do, and that's what Jeremy has to do as an individual. So, moving on to the next game. The game will take place 2 days from now, and it is against the Atlanta Hawks. And it will be in Atlanta Tuesday, November 18th, here in the United States at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So that means it will take place Wednesday, November 19th, early, 8:30 a.m. in China, Taiwan, and in the Philippines. One thing I wanted to say, too, and I should have said it earlier, it was really nice to see all the picture that Lisa Tong showed on Twitter of the Jeremy-only Lin Garden fans that were able to fly in or come in from Taiwan and attend this game and the San Antonio Spurs game. So I said, look, there's a whole global community of Jeremy's fans, and it's huge. And there's a lot of people that suffer through nights like this. But we all kind of help each other to keep going. We've been through stuff like this before, and we'll get through it again, even as frustrated as I am and all of you are. So it's just, this team is not a very good team right now. They're not, and they're starting to fragment a little bit. When you start losing games like this and you just don't feel like you can compete, it's easy for the team to kind of fracture a little bit. So they have to guard against that. I give Coach Scott credit because he's done pretty well at not letting that happen. It's going to get more challenging as the season goes along. And to be honest with you, I like Byron Scott. He seems like a good guy. He's a Lakers legend. This job means a lot to him, and he wants to succeed. He's not only is he a Lakers legend, he's from Los Angeles. I mean, he's got everything's on the line for him. He wants to do well with this. I don't think he's a particularly great coach, and that's just what it is. So I think he was brought in because of Kobe, as I said, and also because he's a Lakers legend. Mike D'Antoni, who of course Jeremy likes and most of Jeremy's fans like, he left a bad taste in the mouths of a lot of Lakers fans, whether that's fair or not. And so the management of the team, I think, looked at the situation coming into this year. They weren't able to get any big-time free agents, and they said, okay, how are we going to have an entertaining product? How are we going to get fans to come and watch the games? Well, two ways. One, you turn the team over to Kobe. And two, hire somebody that the fans will receive well. So go out, get a Lakers legend to be your coach who has coaching experience. And then that's your game plan for the whole year. And hopefully the team will come together, which it really hasn't. But I understand where the front office is coming from. They want to ride out the end of Kobe's career. And so this was the vision for this year. They did what they could. They got the talent that they were able to get. They weren't able to get the talent that they wanted in some respects, but they felt pretty good about things. I felt very good about things until the injuries started to hit. But maybe it's not quite as good as we thought. So we move on. Look, the Atlanta Hawks are not nearly as good as the Warriors, so hopefully that'll be easier, although the Atlanta plays an up-tempo, fast style. And you have to, if they get on a roll, they can make you look very bad. But their defense isn't nearly as good as the Warriors is. So I expect Jeremy to be ready to shake this off. So the one thing also I will say that's good for Kobe is he looked a lot better than he looked in the last game. The last game was like, oh man, it looks like it's all falling apart. But so he looked a lot better today, and that's good for him and it's good for the team. So I guess that's about it. There's not a whole bunch more to say, in my opinion. So thumbs up, thumbs down, your comments below. We'll include information in the video description below the video player so you can check out the highlights of this game, or lowlights as they might be. Also information so you can come and follow us on Twitter and again, join the Facebook group if you'd like to do that. Again, I am Paul Filleriel, PFE, the NBA expert. Thanks a lot for watching Conservative New Media. strive to be the #1 Jeremy Lin YouTube fan channel. Hang in there. It's not as bad as it looked tonight. Jeremy's not as bad as he looked tonight. And no, all the doubter people will come out tonight. Not just doubters, but Jeremy Lin fans that turn into doubters when they see games like this. He's just not that good. And this is about as bad as Jeremy's looked since I think the last game that he looked like this was also against the Warriors. Yeah, it was. What was that, the 3rd or 4th game of the season? This team can make you look really, really bad, particularly when you're not on your game plan. They make you think and react quickly. So if you're not comfortable in what you're doing, you're going to get clowned, which is basically what happened to the Lakers tonight. But it's not as bad as it looks right now. But there will be games like this for Jeremy. There will be fewer and fewer of them as we go along, but there will still be games like this for him. Some of it will be his own limitations in terms of what he's working on still, and some of it's just going to be circumstance or a combination of both, which is Kobe's going to shoot 35 times and Jeremy's going to get like 5 shots. So that's what it is. But hopefully for him, don't take it too hard. Yes, feel bad. You don't like to lose. Steph Curry did well. Okay. Let it go. Just let it go. Get ready for the next game. And that's it. That's what I would say. And that's the way it is. We all have bad days. And this is just one of those days for Jeremy and the Lakers. So, okay. Take care. Hope everybody's having a great night, a great day, wherever you are around the world when you watch this video. We will talk to you again soon. Hang in there, Lin fans. It will get better from here.